What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Moving to Florida show. I am your host, Judson Osmond, joined with my co-host here, Mo. Save it for the show, Badlani. How are you, Mo?
He tells me this every single time. I was like, bro, stop talking.
Well, I can't help it, man. You always want to chit chat, but before we hit record. But there's some good stuff being lost there, so we got to save it for the show.
I got to hold my breath. I got to hold my breath a little bit.
So we are coming to you guys with a little bit of a technical difficulty, having some internet issues today. We do this recording over the web. It's almost like a Zoom meeting. We can normally see each other. It makes communication a little bit easier, but had to turn our cameras off today to save a little bit of bandwidth. Because there's been an outage in the area, it seems like. I know a lot of retailers were not able to accept credit cards today. And then as soon as we got on, we can look at our signals here and we're like, something's not right.
Right.
So hopefully we are recording. This is coming to you guys.
There is a lot of construction going on our side in Winter Garden and Claremont because of all the new homes that are being built everywhere and anywhere here. So I'm guessing somebody hit something that they were not supposed to.
That could be. Hey, Mo, speaking of, I wasn't even planning on mentioning this on the show, but I've been working on a little project lately that I'm just thinking our listeners might like to check it out. Now, I'll send it over to you to check it out too. I'm doing like a custom map of all the development, especially in our area. So for you guys that are really interested in Claremont or Winter Garden, reach out to us and I can send a copy of it to you. But it shows like all the different development that's going on, primarily the residential where houses are coming, but also the retail and the new roads that are going to be built and stuff like that. So it's a little project I've been working on for the last week and a half or so. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I saw something that on Facebook from our show that you did post.
Maybe I did share something there. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool. Even my wife saw it. She's like, "Did you see what Judson posted? It was pretty cool. Look, all the development that's happening around you."
Yeah,
around
there we go.
The Claremont area.
You guys, if you want to see that, shoot us a message on Facebook or an email, movingtofloridashow@gmail.com. I'll make sure you get it.
Yeah, I think you're posting them on our group page too. So, check out our group, guys.
There we go. Hey, so on to our topic today. We want to make sure that we don't get cut off with these internet issues. So, man, let's get to it. We're talking about some crystal clear blue waters, right?
Yeah, man. Well, beautiful waters out there.
So we finally got a chance to go over and check out one of the lagoon communities. We've been talking about these a little bit, these crystal lagoons that are starting to pop up around Florida. So there's a new one that's actually inside of a community, and this crystal lagoon, it's basically a 5-acre, swimming pool. Is that what you would call it, Mo?
I'd say it's a little bit bigger than your normal swimming pool that you would see. Yeah.
Well, it is 5 acres. So yeah,
it is.
Yeah, so it's basically this 5-acre lagoon is what they're calling it, but it's crystal clear water in the middle of the community. So instead of a community pool, like this is the community amenity. And so we went over and checked it out. Had one of our listeners reached out to us, actually interested in that community, and we said, hey, this is a little further than we normally travel, but we were really curious about it. We really wanted to check it out.
Exactly.
Just for our own curiosity's sake, as well as to be able to talk about it here on the show, because there are more of these communities coming in the future, which we learned a little bit about too. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Mo, how do you say that city name?
Wee Mommy or Wee Mama?
Wimawa? We really should have asked.
There's 2 M's in there, so it's Wee Mama.
Yeah.
Wee Mama.
So this is basically in a suburb of Tampa, you guys. Over towards Tampa, in this area, it was just south of, I know, Sun City Center. I can say that town name. That one's easy. But yeah, Wimawa, I believe is how it's pronounced. They're building 2,800 homes around this crystal lagoon. The lagoon just opened about 2 weeks ago, and it is kind of open to the public, but it's really meant as an amenity for the community. So this is what the builder told us. They basically have 2 different sections. They have kind of an all ages family community, and another section that was 55 plus. Unfortunately, nobody was working there when we went to the 55 plus, so we weren't able to get any info on that. But
I did get a call back.
Okay. Yeah. Did you get any info?
I got a call back from there. He said he was going to email it to us. I haven't seen anything in email yet.
Got it. So yeah, basically instead of a community pool, There's this big 5-acre crystal lagoon. There was a bar there. It looked like they serve they serve like food at that bar too, kind of like a little bar and grill.
Yeah.
They had, when we were there. So yesterday was a Wednesday afternoon. They had people setting up, getting ready to play live music. They had food trucks out there, just all kinds of stuff going on. And the builder told us was that they do sell about 200 tickets a day just to the general public. So for right now, it is open to the general public. Like if you wanted to buy a ticket and go, you could, assuming that they haven't sold out for the day. But he said that well over 1,000 people can fit in there, and it still doesn't even feel crowded. So they are really trying to keep it for the community. And those public ticket sales are just to subsidize the cost, of everything, especially like the live entertainment that they're having and having the food trucks out and stuff like that.
Yeah. The really cool thing about it is when he said 1,000 people can fit in it and still not look full, that was really impressive. I mean, 5 acres and stuff. But the cool thing about this is, it's not just for swimming. You can use it for different activities. They have kayaking. You can actually kayak on there.
We saw somebody on a paddleboard while we were out there. Someone was paddleboarding around.
Yeah. And then they have like slides and things like that on one side, and then they have a water activity in the middle of the
like
pool
an obstacle course.
It's like obstacle course. Yeah, exactly. That was really, really neat to see all that there.
Yeah, I want to get out on one of those for sure.
The obstacle course?
That's right, man. Yeah, that looked like a blast.
Yeah, there wasn't too many people out there on it, but it's there for you to use.
Yeah, and we were there Wednesday. I said Wednesday afternoon. I guess it was just after lunchtime that we were there.
2:00 in the afternoon.
But there were a fair bit of people there. It was definitely not crowded by any means. And they had floating cabanas out there too. I saw that. That was pretty cool. I don't know if that's included for the homeowners or if you have to rent that or how that works, but that'd be cool to just have that little floating cabana for the day and hang out.
Again, they have like this beach feel to it too. It's like they have sand in one section where you can, I guess make sandcastles and stuff or just hang out. And
there was a sand beach with all the chairs and everything. Yeah. It is kind of giving you everything that you get at the beach without, having to actually go to the beach, I guess.
Right. And it has fully Wi-Fi too.
Yeah. So
if you want to sit by the pool and go work.
Right. Look, we were out there, guys. Mo and I are just like, forget a community pool. I want this at the center of my neighborhood. This would be awesome.
Right.
But it sounds really expensive though, right, Mo? You would think if instead of a pool, this is your amenity, it's going to be really expensive. So how about that HOA?
Yeah. That HOA was what $79?
$75. It was $75
a month.
Yeah. It was $75 a month and included the cable and internet. There was a separate Lagoon fee, however. So the HOA, $75 a month, included the pool and the cable and internet. That was a gated community too. Right. We were able to just drive right in because it's still, building and stuff, but it is a gated community.
Right.
And then I think the 55 plus section has there's another gate before you get into it. So I don't know what their HOA is. Maybe their HOA is a little bit more. And then they had their own kind of amenity center too in the 55 plus section.
Yeah.
But then
they had Lagoon, their own separate pool there.
Right. So the Lagoon access fee itself was also surprisingly cheap to me, though. It was $38 per house per month. So for $38, you get the whole family into the Lagoon anytime. And they said you get 25 guest passes for the year with it as well, which I'm really thinking about it. Maybe 25 is not going to be enough. Maybe, it'd be awesome to be able to take, a crew or something. But yeah, if you want to have a birthday party or something like that there, that might get a little more difficult.
Yeah. I'm sure they have some kind of price point for parties and things like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Now, there was one additional cost. We don't see a lot of CDDs in our area here in Central Florida. But I think over towards Tampa, and I've even seen south of us here, I'm starting to see those more and more. There was a CDD in this community, it's a community development district. I believe we've talked about it on the show before, maybe something we need to revisit. But that community development district is basically where the local government pays for some infrastructure and stuff like that. And it's taken out as debt. So the homeowners who buy homes in the community end up paying that debt back, usually over a 20-year time span. But that CDD was a little bit pricey. I think that's where a lot of these costs, with the HOA and the Lagoon access being so cheap, that CDD is where a lot of the costs come in. So for DR Horton was the builder that we talked to. Lennar was the one doing the 55 plus. So again, don't have that info. But at DR Horton, he told us either 2,100 or 2,600 per year was that CDD cost. And I'm sure that depends on your lot size. Probably the larger lot sizes are the ones that were going to be the higher CDD. Right, so you pay for those in your taxes. So I mean, basically, if you're paying a mortgage every month, that's coming in your tax bill. So they're collecting it every month through escrows. But that is kind of where your HOA being so cheap, the Lagoon access being so cheap, that's where you're kind of paying for it, I think.
Right. The other cool part was it's going to be 4 phases. Right now, they've completed phase 2, and they're starting to sell phase 3, and there's going to be one more phase. I think that's going to be townhomes as well.
He did mention that, that they're going to have some townhomes coming in the future. Yeah, so they've still got a lot of growth and development there.
Yeah.
Look like they're probably somewhere around 40% built out, I would guess. Yeah. So they still got a lot of homes to sell in that area. Prices for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath were starting, I think it was around 370 Mo. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it was in the high 300s, so mid to high 300s, 370. And they have 2 different styles. They have like the Express Plus, like I like to call it, which is like your base model home with maybe a couple of little additions to it. And then they had the premium lot ones. Then the premium lot ones, I mean, they weren't like, luxury homes by any means, but it was better than the Express. I would say it would be a mid-size, mid-family type of home.
Yeah, I mean, we looked in 3 models. First one was like 1,800 square foot, then a bigger 2,700 square foot, and then that last one was the Express home that was 2,400 square foot. That was the 3 models that they had there. And yeah, I think pricing on all of those was going to be, right around 400,000 up into the 500 plus range. So, I mean, it's, pretty on par. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of outside of that CDD, I guess, any sort of like premium to the housing prices there for being, located around that lagoon. Definitely, dude, if they put one of those in Central Florida, if they put one of those in Claremont, Winter Garden, I'm going to be having to look seriously at that because that was very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the closest thing that we have there is probably the Waterley neighborhood, which has a couple of pools, and it has a resort style pool, but it's like, I would say 1/10 of that.
It's tiny
lagoon.
It's a half acre.
It's like a half an acre. But yeah, that is, I mean, yeah, definitely something to look at if they do come to Winter Garden or Claremont, which I think there were plans for that. But
there is one proposed just off of 192, right where Avalon is, kind of in that area. There is one proposed, though I don't believe it's going to be, community style. It's not one they're building a neighborhood around like this one. It's going to be more for the tourist area. I mean, you're kind of on the edge of the tourist area there. And then, from the plans I've seen for that one, they're going to end up building a few hotels around it, possibly some retail development as well in that area. So, it'll be definitely something that we can still go check out as, when we want a staycation right here, but not something right in our backyard. We'll still have to pay for a day pass, or I don't know, maybe they'll offer an annual pass.
Possibly. And if those that want to be close to a beach too, I think it was like, 30 minutes to the beach from that area?
Yeah, not too far. So we were in, we'll try to say it again, Wimawa. Yeah, probably you're not too far from the beach because, I mean, you're right there in the Tampa metro area, kind of South Tampa area. So yeah, that one was pretty close. South Shore Bay, by the way, was the name of that one. I don't think we mentioned it. South Shore Bay was that one. You guys have probably heard us mention Epperson Lagoon before. Epperson was the first one that opened in that area up in Wesley Chapel. That one's a 7-acre lagoon. It is open to the public, and I believe there's also a community kind of around it, possibly where residents have access to it. But Mo, you missed this part. You had to step out to take a call while I was talking with the sales rep there, and he told me that they are building another lagoon north of Epperson in an area called San Antonio, which I'll be honest here, I didn't realize there was a San Antonio, Florida. But an area called San Antonio, they are building a 15-acre lagoon.
Wow, so bigger than this.
A community. Yeah, 3 times the size of the one that we looked at.
Wow, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to checking that one out. Definitely looking forward to getting a chance to actually go over and visit one of these lagoons and not just beg our way in, telling them we're realtors and need to take some video. actually get a chance to maybe hang out at the little swim up bar, have a drink, have a swim,
Right.
go do the obstacle course, all that fun stuff.
Yep, absolutely. I think it's going to be a fun day when we go check it out.
Yes, for sure. So, hey guys, if you do want information on that South Shore Bay community, definitely, reach out with us. We can get you connected with the builder if you're interested in buying a home there. Definitely very cool Florida style living. There are more of these coming in the future, but I think those two are the only ones in the area right now. Definitely, I've seen plans for like 7 of them across Central Florida, from that area up through our area, all the way up to Daytona. So they're definitely going to be building more of these. And I can see too, there are a lot of golf courses that are closed these days where, the golf course closed down and there's space to stick one of these in. So we might even see, communities that have that space where they own the land already. Right. Might do some development like this in the future. I think that could be a good use for some of these golf courses that are no longer functioning.
Exactly. And I've noticed something recently too. They're putting more and more pool communities and like larger, like you mentioned, lagoons and things like that versus golf courses, because I guess the families that are coming to Florida are younger families that have younger kids that want to go to a pool versus go to a golf course. You know what I mean? I think we're transitioning from a retirement area to more of a family-friendly area.
Yeah, good observation there. So, like a golf course takes membership fees. It takes, there's a lot of upkeep for a golf course, which, there's upkeep for a pool too, but I think a pool definitely gets used more.
Right.
Or a lagoon.
A lagoon. Anything else you want to add?
No, man, that's it. Looking forward to getting back to recording regularly. I don't know if you guys can hear, my voice is still a little bit messed up. Had to do a ton of like nasal spray before this so that I didn't sound super stopped up. Hopefully by the time we hit record again next week, I'll be back to 100% back to normal. And we got some more fun stuff to talk to you guys about.
All righty, guys. Now we want to hear from you. You can reach us on our Moving to Florida show hotline by dropping a voicemail or texting us at 407-900-5859 or drop us a DM on Facebook or Instagram at Moving to Florida Show. And for Twitter, our handle is at Moving to FL Show. If you'd like to connect with us, if you have any questions or if you need a realtor, please reach out to us at movingtofloridashow@gmail.com. Be sure to subscribe to the show if you like our content, so it will automatically download to your device and get you one step closer to moving to Florida.